say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of yellow cabs and skyscrapers. It's hard to get a start in these parts without paper, homie.
Welcome back to episode 3 of the Brooklyn Nets My GM series or franchise. I would always forget how I titled it, but we're back for episode 3. Now, a couple things I found out actually in my time away. The Brooklyn Nets actually have their 2026 first round pick unprotected. I'm pretty sure they got it back in some type of transaction. I think it was originally with the Rockets, but they might have gotten it back in some off-season transaction, but I found that out and I went ahead and in 2K got our first round pick back here. So that kind of changes my mindset. I'm not too keen and gung-ho about being competitive and making the play-in tournament because we actually have a pick and you know it could jump up to number 1 as long as we're in the lottery. So with that being in mind, I'm more interested in trading MPJ, interested in testing the value for Cam Thomas. He's somebody that has a no trade clause, I'm pretty sure, given that he came back on the qualifying offer, but 2K didn't update that. But I can use my NBA knowledge to develop a realistic trade. I'm pretty sure Cam Thomas, if he was going to be traded anywhere, he'd want to get traded to a team that would be looking to bring him back on a long-term contract. So I'll think of that if I'm really serious about trading Cam Thomas closer to the deadline. In this episode, I'm definitely going to simulate to and past the trade deadline, but first and foremost, we got to get these events done. Well, the events have already been done. I'll put up the events happening on the randomizer right now. All right, getting our events done here. Let's go ahead and start with my team's events. 2 again per episode, so let's spin the first one. The fall off must be studied for my team events. We'll get the second one here. Underwhelming, it looks like. Ooh, I feel like that has to do with my one of my younger prospects. 2 negative events that I'll have to deal with. Now we'll go league wide. League wide, we have actually washed and cash out. That sounds like some type of trade. So you've seen our team got kind of hoed by the events randomizer. So for the fall off must be studied, it was the oldest player in my rotation getting -3, and that was who I just signed not too long ago. Bogdan Bogdanovic. He was a 74 overall, bringing all of his attributes down by 3. Brought his overall down to a 72, so it's kind of unfortunate. He's supposed to be my sniper. He wasn't shooting very well anyway, but he did have like a A-3 ball. It's down to a B+. Given that occurrence, I'm probably going to take him out of my rotation now, so that's just unfortunate. I'm probably going to bring Terrence Mann back in. I'll completely update the rotation after I make my other adjustment, because the person that was affected by underwhelming, the player that we thought was playing under expectations, it was Noah Clowney. So I had to drop his attributes by 3. He's down to a 70 overall, and the reason I thought he was underwhelming is because his stats are kind of down across the board. Points per game is down. He's not shooting the ball as well from 3, and we kind of needed him to be like a floor spacing 4. So he's down to a 70 overall, and he's also no longer going to be in my rotation. So with those events, I'm going to have to update my rotation. Like I said, Terrence Mann is now in the starting lineup. He might... Zaire Williams is bigger, so he's going to play at the 2, and Zaire is going to be back at the 3. And Noah Clowney is not going to play anymore. Now, another thing that's causing me to update my rotation is the fact that we actually have our first round pick, so Traore is going to get a lot more time. I'm going to give him 12 minutes. Now, the league-wide events here, we had actually washed. Unfortunately, that happened to KD. I know we all love KD, but I'm not going to put the random number generator up there because that's just time-consuming, but it affected Houston, so now KD is down from a 94 overall to a 91. That's going to hurt their contention. I forgot, Fred VanVleet's also out for the season. And then the last event was, it was Cash Out. So this is actually an event that's not dictated by the random number generator. I'm going to choose this one myself. So I have to turn trade override on to make this trade, but this is the one I'm going to settle on. We're going to send Bam Adebayo to OKC, along with Jaime Jaquez for Isaiah Hartenstein, Ousmane Dieng, and this 2026 Philadelphia first round pick. I don't know why 2K has Bam Adebayo as only a 2-star asset, the same value as Jaime Jaquez. Like, his value should be a lot higher. But we're gonna make this trade, and I'll explain why. Override it. So OKC, it looks like they have some injuries right now. Off the bat, I saw Shea was injured. He's coming back soon, but Chet is also injured. I think this has caused OKC to drop in the standings. As good as the team that they are, they're only 6th in the West right now. So they have to make a win now kind of move, and we know Sam Presti has all of the assets to make that type of move, and we're going to have him do that here. He's going to play the center position, and Chet can still play that 7'1" power forward position. He'll still be next to a center that's like a rim runner and is very versatile on defense. So OKC upgrades on the defensive end, and they also get a wing that, even though Jaime Jaquez has had his struggles in the past, he's still somebody that can contribute to a win-now team. He's on the last year of his contract, but OKC will now have his bird rights, so they can sign him to a long-term contract if they want, if he plays well. And if he doesn't play well, they can kind of wash their hands of the situation. And then on Miami side of things, they get a first-round pick that should be in the lottery. This 2026 Philly pick, it should be in the lottery. Philly is 10th in the Eastern Conference, so they might make the play-in tournament, they might not, but if they don't make the playoffs, this will be a lottery pick for Miami, and Miami should be looking to sell off on assets given that they're 15-30. So they add, potentially a lottery pick for this upcoming draft. And they also add Ousmane Dieng, who wasn't able to carve out a role in OKC. Maybe he can turn into something for Miami, who knows. And they also get off that long-term Bam contract. So I think that was a good trade, honestly. We needed to shake up the league a little bit, one way or the other, and I think we did that with this trade. So I'll turn override back off. But first and foremost, we're going to simulate to the trade deadline so I can explore potential trades for Cam Thomas, for MPJ. And now that I find out we have our first round pick this upcoming draft, we want to win games. That's crazy. We're now on a 3-game win streak, and Nick Claxton breaks his left ankle. He'll be out for a couple months. That kind of helps us tank, you know. So this will prompt me to give Danny Wolf a lot more minutes. We're gonna give you 20 minutes off the bench, my guy. Let's get Drake Powell into the rotation. We'll give him 8 minutes a night off the bench now. All right, guys, we don't have our pick, so let's just continue to lose games again. Oh my goodness! Finally, we lose a game. Okay, I'm disabling these CPU trade offers. How are we winning games? What is going on? We were losing so many games when I thought we didn't have our first round pick. And now that I find out we have our first round pick, we go on a 5-game win streak, beating teams like the Clippers and the Nuggets and the Lakers. What? Okay, we're at the trade deadline, and it looks like Cam Thomas is still out. 2K won't let me explore trades for him while he's injured, which is stupid. So I'm just going to uninjure him for now, because in real life you can trade away injured players. Now this trade is somewhat realistic because, you know, the Blazers get an upgrade at the small forward position, but I mean, Jeremy Grant's playing really well. MPJ is playing better, and I would actually get Yang Hansen out of this, which isn't too bad. So I'm going to offer this trade to Houston, Cam Thomas to them for Reed Shepherd and our first round pick back. Well, the better end of the swap. Houston should be looking to win now, not prioritize long-term development. And Cam Thomas is literally dropping, what, 20 a game? 24 a game on ridiculous efficiency. So they need to be looking to win now. They lost some offense when you know, Kevin Durant went down with that event, and he's also injured right now. So they need some shot creation. I think he'd be a good fit in the backcourt next to somebody like Amen Thompson if they want to try Amen at the point long term. They just need more offensive creation. So I'll offer this to them. And they have a counter offer. They also want Dariq Whitehead and a second round pick. They want to give me Uncle Jeff Green. Honestly, I don't really have long-term desires for Dariq Whitehead. And getting my first round pick back, well, the better end of the swap will be really good. So honestly, I'll agree to that. Let's go. So welcome to the team, Reed Sheppard, Cam Thomas. Thank you for your services, man. You've been cool. You've given us some entertaining moments, but the Cam Thomas era in Brooklyn has now come to a close. I'm still not done. I think I'm gonna do this trade with Portland, sending MPJ over there and bringing back Jeremy Grant and Yang Hansen, who I'm gonna give a lot of playing time to. I'm honestly just gonna pull the trigger on that trade. MPJ, thank you for your time in Brooklyn. It was special, truly special, but it's come to an end. And now we have Yang Hansen on the team. I'm embracing the tank, man. The Cavs would give me Torrey Craig and a second round pick for Zaire Williams. So let's go ahead and offload him. Zaire Williams, thank you for your time in Brooklyn. It was special, but it's come to a close. So now this team looks a lot different. I mean, we're going to be trash for sure, but we're embracing the tank. Jeremy Grant is our tank commander. So this is going to be the final trade I make at the deadline. Keon Johnson is going to go to the Clippers for Kobe Brown and a second round pick. Basically, the Clippers are just fortifying their guard depth by getting an upgrade at the third string two guard position in case of an injury. So we're going to make this trade here. Keon Johnson, thank you for your time in Brooklyn, but it has come to a close. Now I'll go ahead and make a rotation. Starting lineup of Yegor Joman, Reed Sheppard, Jeremy Grant, Danny Wolf, and Day'Ron Sharpe. Off the bench is going to be Terrence Mann, Drake Powell, Yang Hansen, Nolan Traore, and Torrey Craig. Now, a lot of my 2025 first round picks are in the rotation full time. Of course, Joman, but Danny Wolf is now a starter. Drake Powell is getting 18 minutes off the bench. Traore is getting 16 minutes off the bench. We're featuring Yang Hansen at the 5 position off the bench. It's going to be changed a little bit when Claxton comes back from his injury. So we are 23 and 27. We're still in the play-in tournament, unfortunately, but that's going to change the more games we simulate. Honestly, I might just go ahead and simulate to the end of the video, or to the end of the season by the end of the video, just because, you know, this team is no longer competitive, and I have no longer any desire to be a competitive team. Here were your all-stars on the season. Randall, Morant, and Jalen Williams. No LeBron. Wow. Also, we're about halfway through the season, so we'll look at the award races. Jokic is the leader for MVP. What the? Bam is 5th in MVP voting. What? Insane. Cooper Flagg is the leader for Rookie of the Year, followed by Yegor Joman, though. Contract extension deadline. I don't think there's anybody I'm looking to extend. Nobody that's even eligible. Oh, Clowney's eligible, but he's now 70 overall, so no. Quick peek at the stats. Jeremy Grant's still averaging a dub a game. Yegor Joman 11 and 7. Yang Hansen is my third leading scorer at 10 a game, 5 rebounds. But look at this efficiency: 29% from the field, 25.5% from 3, and he's 7-2. What is going on? I'm gonna have to play with his tendencies. But we have 2 double-digit scorers. Good God, what is Reed Sheppard doing? Reed Sheppard, bro, what? 2.7 points per game. Oh my God. Wait, okay, let me look at these tendencies, because this is insane. Yeah, he's got high shot tendencies and touches. Let's up his touches to 80, and his shot tendency, actually we'll drop the touches to 75. Shot tendency will be 78. We can up Joman's touches to 81, and let's drop Grant's touches to 75. He has a 99 shot tendency. What? That's not even his play style. He's like kind of like Jokic-esque, like an Asian baby Jokic. 32. We're gonna lose 50 games and still somehow make the play-in tournament. Claxton, you're shut down for the season. Okay, 32 and 50. 11th in the conference. That's exactly what I wanted. So we're gonna be in the lottery. Jokic is your MVP. Almost averages a triple-double. Joman wins Rookie of the Year. 11.4 points a game, 6.7 assists per game. Efficiency wasn't horrible. I mean, he has to shoot better from the free throw line, but that's kind of crazy, 63%. But hey, rookie of the year, he beat out Cooper Flagg for rookie of the year. Insane. Russ, 6th man of the year in sack. Wemby got DPOY. Scoot Anderson, most improved player. Yeah, 21.5 from 13 a game. 51% from the field. Yeah, he deserved it. All NBA first team: Yoke, Wemby, Giannis, Lucas, Shea. Second team is Ja, Brunson, Cade, Bam, and Book. Third team we have Trey, Braun, Jamal Murray, Sabonis, and AD. This is your all defensive teams. Both of the Thompson wait. Jokic, all defensive second team. I'm gonna override that. We're just gonna add Dyson Daniels because why not? And here are your all rookie first teams. Obviously, Joman's there, followed by Coop, Dylan Harper, Trey Johnson, VJ Edgecombe. Second team, Traore made the second team. Yang Hansen made the second team. Kaman Malawak, Con Knipple, and Ace Bailey also made it. Okay, so we'll look at the stats to end the year. We saw Joman's stats. Yang Hansen's efficiency started to go up as I made his tendencies a bit more lore accurate. Drake Powell, I'm surprised he didn't make the team. The 3-point efficiency was not good enough. Ben Saraf, this was his season, 7 and 2 assists. Efficiency wasn't too bad. Nolan Traore, he averaged where is he? Traore, oh, here he is. Yeah, 6.5, 2 assists, 49 from the field. He probably took like 3 threes on the season, but he made all of them. 100% from 3. Reed Shepherd was pretty disappointing. 19% from 3 is crazy. 31.5% from the field is crazy. Oh, I meant to stop it here. Okay, so we got ATL and Cleveland in the conference finals out east, and then Dallas versus OKC out west. But it looks like Dallas, dang. The simulation loves Dallas, man. They actually love Dallas. I don't know why. Dallas makes it. AD conference finals MVP is going against ATL led by Trae Young. Is, I assume, Kyrie Irving's back, right? Yeah, Kyrie Irving is back. Cooper Flagg has got a minor injury. But yeah, the simulation loves Dallas, and they sweep ACL in the finals. So the Luka trade was worth it. Kyrie Irving, finals MVP. Let's go ahead and override Braun's retirement one time. We'll let Chris Paul retire. I don't think Russ is... K-Love might retire, but I don't think Russ is going to retire. Brogdon already retired. Oh, wow. Nets legend Torrey Craig has retired, man. We're going to miss you, bro. And here we go. The highlight of the video. Hopefully we can jump into the top 4 and draft like somebody who can develop into our #1 options scoring wise, because that's what we need, man. We only had 2 players average above double digits for us, so I'm going to let the simulation play out. We are projected the 6th pick in this draft. Hopefully we do not fall, but if we can jump up into the top 4, we can get either Cam Boozer, AJ Diabanza, Darren Peterson, and there's another guy I'm forgetting. I think the lowest we can fall in the lottery is to like 9. Projected here is the Pelicans and the Heat land the 9th pick, so it means they've fallen, right? Yeah, the Pelicans have jumped into the top 4. The Suns are projected here. Oh no! No way we fell to 8. No way we fell to 8, man. We waited too long to lose games. So the Hornets get the #2 pick of this draft, and winning the lottery is the Washington Wizards. They get the #1 pick of the 2026 draft. I could trade. I don't want to trade from 8 to 7. Maybe I could trade for the Celtics pick at 7, because they're not looking to rebuild, you know? Like, I'll give you 2 future first-round picks, this Houston one in 2027 and this Knicks one in 2029, and the 2nd-round pick and another 2nd-round pick just for #7. They agree. Okay. So they get more draft capital, but we get an actual draft pick we can use in this class. So Darren Peterson goes #1 to Washington. That's a good pick. Diabanza goes 2 to Charlotte. This is probably going to be Cam Boozer. No, Nate Ament goes number 3 to the Pelicans. 4, Cam Boozer to the Suns. Dash Daniels goes 5th to Utah. And 6th is Kareem Lopez. So, we can get whoever we want here. I don't have to select between 2 people because we have the next 2 picks. I think I'm going to take Michael Brown. Honestly, because he has a lot of offensive upside, I think. And Caleb Wilson, because I think Caleb Wilson lit it up in those pre-draft workouts. Yeah, I'm going with Caleb Wilson. So we got Michael Brown Jr. and Caleb Wilson. Hell yeah. And we don't have any other draft picks, so let's go ahead and simulate to the end. Okay, Michael Brown Jr. is a 77. Caleb Wilson's a 76. I was thinking of maybe drafting Quaintance. Looks like he fell to the Magic at 17. That's a good pickup for them. It's a lot of value. Dame Sarr was also another guy I was thinking of, but we opted for Caleb Wilson and Michael Brown. So hell yeah, I like this offseason thus far. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the options on everybody here except, no, actually no, not Noah Clowney, not Kobe Brown. We'll keep it on Reed Sheppard and Day'Ron Sharpe. Let's just do the whole offseason, man. Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. These protections are so complex. I don't even want to unravel them for this Phoenix pick. I'm just going to say they keep it because it has to do with Washington. I think Washington, they already got the most favorable one, so I think Phoenix keeps this pick. And I did want to look at the Pelicans here because wasn't this involved in the Derek Queen trade? Yeah, so Atlanta gets this. They get the more favorable of Milwaukee's 2026 first round pick and the Pelicans 2026 first round pick. And the Bucks will get the least favorable of the two. So the Bucks, they already got number 17. So I'm gonna go ahead and trade Nate Ament to the Hawks. So Pelicans, I hope Derek Queen is gonna be worth it because you lost out on Nate Ament. Okay, so for what we want to do in the offseason, I want to prioritize adding like mentors for our younger guys, especially for our recent first round picks, that being Michael Brown, Caleb Wilson, the rookie of the year in Yegor Jomin, and somebody I hope can be our long-term big man, Yang Hanshin. So many guards, goodness. Reed Sheppard, I'm gonna fully convert you to a 2 guard, and Michael Brown, honestly, I might convert you to a shooting guard as well. He actually goes up in overall, so that's our starting backcourt. Yegor Jomin, who's a playmaking 6'9" point guard, and Michael Brown, who should be just a shot first 6'5" 2 guard for us. Small forward right now is Jeremy Grant, probably not the long-term option, but I mean we also have Caleb Wilson, who might be able to play small forward long-term. And at the 5, we're pretty stacked here. Honestly, Lonzo Ball would be a really good mentor.
Long arms? Can he jump? Can he run? Not like my boy. Let me tell you something.
For Yegor Jomin, you know, that playmaking aspect. So I'm definitely gonna, I think I want to sign him. He's got no other offers. And we traded for our own pick, right? When we got Reed Sheppard. So yeah, we now have our own pick in 2027. So I'm not looking to really contend this upcoming year either. But I do want to make sure I get Lonzo Ball. Yeah, we'll give him $10 million per year for 2 years, guaranteed. And I'm gonna sign Luke Kennard, honestly, because I can sign him on a minimum contract. He'll be able to mentor Michael Brown for shooting. If I could sign Kelly Oubre, that would be pretty solid on a same type of contract Lonzo got, 2 years, $10 million per. I can sign Lonzo, I can sign Luke Kennard, I can sign Kelly Oubre, nice. And then we'll go ahead and renounce the rights on Clowney, Jeff Green, all those guys I do not care about. That's a W free agency. We got some veteran mentorship in here. So now if I look at like a potential 10-man rotation, it would be Lonzo, Jomin, Michael Brown, probably still Reed Sheppard. I want to give him some more opportunity. Jeremy Grant, Oubre, Caleb Wilson, maybe Danny Wolf. Maybe I'll still play Claxton, not too sure. We're paying him a lot of money. I wanted to get like a veteran mentor for Yang Hansen, actually. Horford should have retired. Not sure why he's still playing. But he's got some good badges. Same thing with Nurkic. He's got good badges. And Horford actually wants quite a bit of money, so I don't think I could afford Horford. Actually, no, I do have, I think, a vet minimum that I can offer. But I might save that for a 4. So I'm going to offer Precious Achiuwa a 2-year contract. He'll be able to play some 4 minutes for us, or he might be a 3rd string guy. I'm going to give Nurkic a 1-year vet minimum. He signs and we bring in Achiuwa. I think we have more than 15 players. So we're going to have to cut the fat a little bit. I'm probably going to trade guys like Ben Surratt and Nolan Traore just because they're not going to be able to carve out a spot on the rotation. Player progression. Michael Brown. Oh, that's from the position change. Day'Ron Sharpe actually went up by 2 overalls. Jaeger Jomon went up 3. Nice. Reed Shepard went up 3 as well. Traore went up 2. Powell went up 2. Danny Wolf went up 1. Hansen went up 2. Okay, so they're slowly developing all these guys. The Hornets would just give me a 1st round pick. It's the swap worst, so, and it's a very distant one, and I don't have to cut anybody. So I think I'm just gonna do this very distant 1st round pick, swap worst for Ben Surratt, and we'll go ahead and simulate through the offseason, see if I have to offload anybody else. I think I'm down to 15 though. Oh no, I'm not, because we're just getting 2 minimum contracts in return, and waiving them is not going to hurt me too much. But I'm going to have to trade 1 more player, I think. 3 seconds and Drake Powell for Jericho Sims and a future swap worst 1st round pick. And I'm just going to release Jericho Sims along with these guys. And we should be down to 15 guys. So honestly, this is going to be an adjustment I make on my own accord. Jaeger Jomon just won Rookie of the Year over somebody like Cooper Flagg. So I'm going to boost his overall just a bit more. Nothing crazy. I'll up his draw foul tendency, okay, to a 60. And that'll keep him at a 78 overall. And I'm going to do that for all the all NBA, all rookie 1st team members rather. I'll do that off video because I have to rewind and see who made the team. But I'm also gonna have some all off-season events. I'm just gonna do 2 for my team and then 2 for league wide. Let me just go ahead and put them into a wheel real quick. Okay, so the event randomizer kind of blessed me. I got Untapped Potential and Get My Body Right. For the Untapped Potential, I could get it 1 through 4 based off of RNG, and I got it. I was able to boost it by 3 for a player of my choosing on my team. So honestly, I'm going to do that for Jaeger Jomon, because I'm not too sure how much 2K rates him potential-wise. They have him at an 81, so I can boost his potential to an 84. And then I got Get My Body Right, that's plus 2. I got 2 for the RNG for this, so I can up the speed, agility, strength, vertical, or stamina by 2 of the physical attributes. So honestly, still prioritizing my youth here. I'm just gonna make Caleb Wilson an athletic freak of nature so I can up 2 to maybe his speed or his vert or his strength, something like that. What might he need? I mean, he's only 205 and he's gonna play a lot of power forward, so maybe strength could be useful. Yeah, let's up his strength by 2. Let's up his speed by 2 as well. So that'll help him out. And then league wide, we have to do it. Starting lineup of Jaeger Jomon, Michael Brown, Kelly Oubre, Caleb Wilson, and Day'Ron Sharpe. Off the bench will be Jeremy Grant, Lonzo, Precious Achiuwa, Reed Shepard, and Jusuf Nurkic, and Yang Hansen playing 3 centers. Eventually, I am going to trade Nick Claxton. He's completely fallen out of my rotation and my priorities. But I think this rotation is nice. It has a nice balance of veterans that are going to help with mentorship, and our young guys still getting some playing time and opportunity to develop their craft. I was talking about this a lot, but Lonzo is going to mentor Jaeger Jomon. Luke Kennard is going to mentor Michael Brown. Kelly Oubre will be the mentor for Caleb Wilson. And Jusuf Nurkic will be the mentor for Yang Hansen. Alright, well that was a wrap for year 1 and episode 3. I know this team looks a lot different, but I think our future is in a better position now compared to the end of last series, or last episode rather. We now have like a young core that I'm confident in building with, within the future, and Jaeger Jomon, reigning Rookie of the Year, Michael Brown Jr., who should be like my #1 option out the gate. I was able to draft him at number 7. We added some upside at our forward position in Caleb Wilson. We traded for a center who I think still has some upside in Yang Hansen. And then Traore and Danny Wolf are still here if they can develop and find themselves. Same thing with Reed Shepherd. And we still have some veterans on this team that are going to help with development. So I think the Brooklyn Nets are in a way better position going into year 2 compared to year 1. And that'll wrap it up. I'll see y'all in episode 4.